and welcome to my channel. My name is Peteryne. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, I so appreciate it. Happy New Year. And if you're watching and you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. This video, well, I hope the video quality is a little bit clearer. The sound quality, I've been trying to work with this camera to see what's going on with that kind of noise, grinding noise or something. Hopefully it's better. We will see. If not, bear with me. I am trying my best to research on how I can clear the audio. As you saw from the title, this is my 1 year update of being in Liberia. So I've actually recorded this maybe about 2 or 3 times and I haven't posted it. I'm recording it again. I hope I like this video enough to post it. That's why it's taking a little bit longer to upload my videos. I just wasn't quite sure of how much stuff to put into this video. But let's get started. Continue watching, please. Thank you. Okay, so from the title, I left Liberia. I left Liberia for several reasons. First is health. Stevie and I prioritize our health when we were making this decision to relocate to Liberia. We said that if at any point one of us doesn't feel well, we will leave. Either that person leaves or we both leave, just because that is priority. And as most of you know, healthcare in Liberia is it's not great. Doesn't matter how much money you have. People who have money in Liberia leave to go and seek medical care in other countries. So it's a no-brainer to leave if something wasn't right. So I started to get sick. Just feel sick after a couple of months of being here, and I wasn't quite sure what was going on. We made a decision that I should head back to the States just to get myself checked out, and that's what I did. So that was one reason. Another reason was, in line of health, is just making sure mentally I was okay. I think after the store closed, and I'm such a busy body. I'm always doing something. I've been used to just working non-stop. I started working a full-time job at 15, so it's just something that is in me, and not having something to go to or to do or plan my day was taking a toll on me emotionally. And I think the break couldn't come in any sooner, and I just needed to kind of spend time with family, spend time with friends, just kind of see exactly what it is that I wanted, and yeah. And then, let's see, I miss my family, I miss my friends, so I wanted to also spend time with them. And I would say being in the States also gave me some clarity on what we're doing and what we wanted to do in Liberia. It kind of put things in perspective a little bit when I was in the States. So when I left here, like I said, the store closed and everything. I left, I went. Steven joined me in July of 2022 because my birthday was July 7th, and we wanted to spend my birthday in Cabo. So we went to the States, then we flew to Mexico and had my birthday for about a week, and then came back. We had to ship. We still had things in our storage, so we had to kind of tied up a few loose ends. So Shipping was a little bit easier this time around because we used the shipping company, and the shipping company basically handled everything, including even clearing our container for us. So that was a lot easier than the first time around. Well, sorry, I got a job. Again, I'm a busybody. I just couldn't, like, I didn't know exactly how long I'll be in the States, giving, like, you know, medical things and everything. I wasn't quite sure. Once I knew I was, you know, healthy enough to work and do other stuff, I decided to get a job. I mean, we have our savings that was depleting and money is just coming out, and we're not replenishing anything because we didn't have like income. So I didn't want to be kind of on vacation, if you would say, and not and just spending without putting money back. So I got a job to help my stay in the States, and I went back into hospitality, but I didn't go back into my management role that I've had. I felt guilty to take on a job with a lot of responsibilities, knowing that I might leave soon. So I took a job that was hourly and it was non-management, that I knew, you know, if after a little bit of time, if I felt like leaving, I could easily leave and return to Liberia. So that's what I did. Sorry, obviously I didn't tell my job. I was only there for a short time, but it worked out. I was there for a little bit, and being in the States, you know, you spend time with family, you spend time with friends, and everybody is so sweet. It was so, you know, it was nice and things like that. But I would say, you know, I was warmly welcomed by, you know, my family. I had good accommodation and everything, but there was something that I felt misplaced, and I felt I'm somebody who liked to feel like home. So even if I have a tiny 1-bedroom, it's still home. And not having my own space, no matter how beautiful and welcoming and nice, you know, my accommodations was, I still miss that. I still miss the feeling of, you know, my things being in one space and in my home. So I miss that a lot. So I was missing Liberia. Yeah. And so in August, Steven joined me in July. He spent about a month, and then he returned, you know, early August. And, you know, for a while, everybody thought I wasn't returning because I was still in the States and I was still deciding on what I wanted to do. But I returned and I'm back in Liberia because this is a journey that we decided to do, and it's easy to just quit and say, you know, you know, this is not working out, or, you know, one thing went wrong, and we've invested a lot of money into our move, and the one thing that went wrong was really damaging because that was what we were using to further other business ventures. So it sucked and it hurt a lot, but we've made smart choices, and, you know, we've made enough connections and things like that, and we've been able to still have income and still continue to sell our goods. It's not as how do you say it? It's not like having a storefront where, you know, what we were making every day, but we're building a lot of relationships. We built a lot of relationships, and it only made sense to continue this journey because we have a bigger picture in mind, bigger than having a store, you know. So I decided to come. Stevie and I are partners first, so we've been, you know, we're best friends, and this decision to move to Liberia, although it is, you know, it was his idea and he loved, he always dreamt of coming and moving back to Liberia and starting businesses here. It's become my goal and my dreams as well. You know, we've worked as a team, you know, for the last, I think, 8 years or so. He always said he was only in the States because of me, because I was building on my dreams and I was building on my career, and that was what was important to both of us. And he supported me through all of that. So it only made sense for me to support his dreams of being here. But somewhere along the line, it's become my dream, because our business that we're currently building is actually mine. In terms of I am leading that, it's ours, but it's in my field. So we're opening a restaurant. That is something that I've always wanted to do. I've been in hospitality for almost 20 years. I've managed restaurants, I've opened restaurants. So in the States, so coming to Liberia, I think Steven is my biggest cheerleader, and he's been the most motivating and encouraging to do so. So he's probably been believing in me more than I've believed in myself when it comes to doing this business here. But I will do another vlog where I go through building, because we're building everything from the ground up. So we're in our construction phase. I will do a series of that. The restaurant is going to be called Bloom Cafe. So it's coming soon. We have an Instagram page, so please go ahead and check and follow us. I haven't uploaded anything there, but that will be where I put a lot of updates on our Instagram page. So Bloom Cafe LIB. The link is also in my description, I think, so you can follow us there. So Steven has been telling me that I haven't made a year here yet, because I left from the 1st of April through the end of August. I want to say September 1st. So technically I was gone for a while, but it's still a year. It's a year update. It's 1 year since we made the decision to move to Liberia. So sorry, we're making this 1 year update. What do I catch you guys up on? Let's see. Everybody has asked me. Everybody saw the apartment that we moved into, and I've got lots of inquiries about that. So update is we moved. We're no longer in Congo Town. We relocated to be closer to our restaurant, so we relocated to Doazon. And that's where we're staying now. We're on the airport highway. So it's come with its own. I love the home we're in. I will do a vlog about, where we are, and give you guys the whole tour of the place and what are some of the challenges, because there are challenges every place that you move to. But so far it's been great. I love the space. If you're in Liberia, you know that on this side of town, we do not have LEC, so that's one reason why uploading videos has been a little bit challenging. And then the internet service is not as strong as in town, so uploading a video takes 2 or 3 times longer than it did when I lived in Congo Town. But I will take all of these challenges over because of the space, and I do love it, so I don't mind. You just have to be patient with me until we probably get LEC, or I figure out between Orange or Lone Star which one is better to have in the house. I'm still deciding that. So far Orange seems to be better, but let me know in the comments if you live on the airport highway side, Doazon area, and further down. Let me know which internet you use in your house. Alright, so we moved. Another update, I changed my house assistant, so I'm on house assistant number 3. House assistant number 1, you watched the video, you know what happened. Number 2, I still work with her in other areas because she's a nice young lady, and I still, you know, when we open our restaurant, I will still work with her. However, not just in the house, because it just started getting a little bit complicated with scheduling, and just being like present, being on time. We try to work with it. I give like a few chances, I think 3 or 4 different like chances that I give. And once we were moving, it seemed the distance was going to be too far for her. So I was still going to work with her, and then she didn't show up one day, and I was just like, you know what, it's getting too complicated. I don't want to lose the relationship that we had built because of that. So, and I see her kind of like a little sister at this point, so I just prefer to work with her in other areas versus her working for me as a house assistant. 2, she's a student. She does other things on the side, and I think I want to support those dreams of her instead. So I have house assistant number 3, and again, I was reluctant to hire someone, and the family who we're renting from recommended this young lady. So she's been here now for about a month. Actually, today is a month. Today is a month. We had like a 1-week meeting, then a 1-month meeting, and I think every month we will sit down and just talk about pros, cons, you know, things that she needs to work on, how things are going. But she's really nice. She's I don't want to give too many praises. I would just say she works hard. I have somehow struggled, I would say, with being really not welcoming, but as I was with the last 2, where I just embraced the person right away. So I've been struggling with that. I haven't, and I'm pretty honest, you know, about. I want to be honest. I just haven't, because like I even talked to Steven about it, and you know, and he always says, well, you give the other 2 people chances. You know, why is it so difficult for this 3rd person? And I think it's just tiring trying to tell someone, like another person again, like how I like my food, how I like my place clean, how I like this and how I like that. So I like to do things for myself. So my go-to is I'll just do it. And for what you pay someone, it's just, and then the hours I would take to do it, sometimes it just makes sense to say, okay, let me hire someone to do X, Y, and Z, because you're also helping that person to support her family or his family. I've been working on it. We had our 1-month meeting, I think it was yesterday or the day before. So we were able to sit down, and I was honest with her, and I told her, you know, I have struggled with just full on showing her what I like. So yesterday we cooked. We went to the market together actually, and we cooked where I cooked, and I had her just watch me to talk, because we've had actually all 3 house assistants. I just haven't been like enjoying my food. I think this one is by far the better cook than the last 2, but it's still not like what I like. We cooked yesterday, and it turned out well, and I, you know, showed her how I like certain things. So we've had to, like, you know, scrub the floors together so she sees it. So I'm making an effort to give her a fair chance. It is exhausting to keep changing people, but I think she deserves a fair chance. So we'll see how it goes. So we have the apartment, we've changed homes, we've changed house assistant. Store. I've got a lot of questions about that. People have reached out to me and asked me, you know, where we are, what's going on. We are still in court with the store. They've paid almost all of the money, but there is still about $2,000 that's left to pay. The judicial system in Liberia takes a long time. It is costly. You have to pay the sheriff to go and serve any kind of warrant. Then you have to wait for them to respond. I think it's like 3 or so days that they have to respond. Whoever, the defendants or whatever you want to call it, and then, you know, like at this point now where the judge issued an arrest warrant for this person, and just to even serve it, it's taking a month. You also have to pay. We pay like $50 for them to, I guess, rent a car to go and arrest this person. They had, you know, initially the sheriff said we should kind of wait and spy if she's there. Then we call them and then they come there. Like, it's like all this stupid stuff. So Steven did that for a while, and then when he called, it was like almost 1 o'clock. The sheriff said, "Oh, it's so late now, we can't come over." So they didn't go and get her. Now, last week, well, over the holidays, nobody really works in Liberia because, you know, it is what it is. So over the holidays, we didn't go ahead and arrest her. I think it was yesterday or the day before. No, on Friday, which was the day before. They went to both locations that she has a business at, and she wasn't there. So I don't know how the system is, but they that's what we are. So I'm hoping that they can either just pay the money and we don't have to have people go to jail, or hopefully they find her and they can arrest her and maybe we'll get our money out of that. So that's what we are with the court case. I also get asked if we are interested in looking for another store. The answer is no. We're not trying to get another store, not yet, because right now the focus is on other business ventures. We still sell, so we made enough contacts that we're able to still sell to people. We supply people. We have some of our things in stores that they just report to us every month. We have word of mouth. People have gotten around to know how to contact us, and if they need things, they just, you know, reach out to us, and then we have it delivered to them. We've been doing kind of okay with selling things without the store. You still need a store, but so far it is okay. We're making progress. So that's what the store is. I always get asked, how do I manage being here? It's tricky. I love being in Liberia. I love reconnecting with family members that, you know, I haven't seen for so many years. That I probably some of whom I didn't even recognize when I saw. Some I've only communicated with on social media. So it's great to reconnect. But I'm gonna be honest. If it wasn't for Steven, I don't know if I would have lasted this long in Liberia if it wasn't for him. Steven is probably the most optimistic person. He is he's really driven in terms of being an entrepreneur. He's always wanted to work for himself. He's always loved doing that. For me, I love a sense of security. So as crazy as corporate America is, as not dysfunctional, but as hard as it can be, especially to, you know, black females, I would say. And there was some sort of, like, I knew when I was getting my next paycheck, I knew that if I did X, I would get, you know, Y. Here, I feel I don't know, like I feel like I'm relying on, like without having my weekly, bi-weekly or monthly income, it's almost like I feel some kind of way. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to that. So it's the mental game that you have to be mentally prepared when you're making this kind of move. You It's like, especially when you've been so independent your entire, for most of your life, making this move now, I rely on Stephen Green out there to make the best decisions for us. I rely on him to make contacts with people and make enough sales that will be able to maintain our lifestyle. So in as much as we're a team, I've always kind of been able to do for myself. So it's mentally, I have to work my head where I say, okay, just trust trust him to take care of all of this, all of the things that we're doing. So that has been the tricky part. There are many days that I taught him, I just want to go back and just work. I can work, I can send money back home, we can continue doing, whatever we're doing here, we can continue doing the restaurant. When everything is fine, then I can come back. That's like the easy thing to just do is go back and make it work. But also he encourages me to stay on course because, even if I'm in the States, I'll be spending money to maintain myself there. So it really won't be doing a whole lot over here. But also having been able to talk to him and to see where things are, it's motivated me a lot, where I've been able to do a lot of the planning, the HR part of our restaurant. So I've gotten a chance to put together my handbook. It's about 27 pages, my training manual. So the free time that I have, I'm still able to work towards, I'm still able to use it to contribute to what we're doing. Because one of the hardest things for me is feeling like I'm not contributing, even though this is all of our goals, is everything that we own is for us. I'm not quote unquote relying on him or depending on him, because we both built this and we purchased everything together. But the fact that I'm not able to go out there and make those sales like I used to, it makes me feel like I am dependent. So that's been my struggle, and I'm just being honest. That's been my struggle, just mentally, is feeling like I'm not contributing enough. But he tells me otherwise. Everyone says otherwise. It's just me as a person, and that's something that I have to work on. It's something that I have to understand that I can contribute in other ways besides going out there and selling. And I still do sell here and there. I sell all of our beauty stuff, the skincare things, the makeup, the hair dryers and things like that. So I've been able to sell some of those. So I'm still contributing, but I'm the hardest on myself. So I continue to tell myself, oh, it's not enough. Even though he says it's enough, even though I see the work that's being done, I'm just a workaholic. It's just that I'm a workaholic. I want to see things a certain way. So that's where I'm at. I always get asked again if we made the right choice, or if I would do things differently. It's a resounding yes. We made the right choice. I wouldn't, as much as there have been some challenges. I think this is the best choice that we made for us. Being in the States, yes, we had okay lifestyle where, you know, we have the house, we have the careers, we have the cars, but life is short, and you always said that I want to feel fulfilled in everything that we're doing. You know, you can be making, I don't know, 2 billion a year or whatever, and if you don't have the balance, it's kind of not worth it. And I've never had a work-life balance. I've never been able to, and it's affected, you know, relationships with like family, friends, you know, things like that. And I've never been able to say, you know, I'm off every holiday, I'm off every weekend kind of person. It's never been that way. So that balance, no matter how much money I made or we had, I still did not feel like I was living or I was enjoying my life. Since I decided to take a step back, I would say in like 2019, where I made a choice to not be so focused on, you know, the next promotion or the next zero or something like that. And it's been more fulfilling. We have one life to live. It's short. People, you know, leave this world even at a really young age, so you don't even know if you'll reach retirement age. And you know, I don't want to ever not enjoy my life. You know, even if I have little, I want it to be fulfilled. I want to say, you know, I traveled, I spent time with family, I enjoyed, you know, the company that I kept. I made a difference in someone's life. I was impactful on other people's lives. So I want to be able to do that, and I never had that. So coming to Liberia, as difficult as it may seem, it allows me to have that. It allows me to do that. I can start my business, and you know, the beginning of anything is difficult. I'm sure relocate and the rest of them had struggles in the beginning. So it's not going to be it's not an easy task, but I know long term it's going to all be worth it because of what we're putting into it and how hard we're both working to achieve that. So regardless of how, some days, I'm not going to lie, some days I'm just like, I'm packing up, I'm moving back, I'm going to what I'm comfortable with or what I'm used to. But I was, you know, I changed my mind. I'm not going back. I can go back for a visit. You do need a space where you can go and just unwind. So that is necessary. Even in the States, we take vacations. So you still have to do that. But what we're doing and what we're trying to do is so worth it. It's something that at this point is even bigger than I imagined for us. So I'm excited about finishing. I'm excited about everything that we're planning on doing here, and I cannot wait to share it with the rest of you. But it's enough to motivate me to keep pushing and to keep going. And I have the biggest supporter ever, and yeah, so it makes it all worth it. Could we have done things differently? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we could have done differently in terms of moving. I still wouldn't have had like a house built here before, and maybe when I do the tour I will explain in further details like why I didn't want to build a house or why I still haven't decided to build a house yet. But I wouldn't have done it. Maybe I would have sent a few cars, because your cars in Liberia go through a lot with the road. I mean, you're in the garage almost every week with some cars. Maybe I would have sent a better car here. Maybe I would have invested in like solar systems early on. and sent to Liberia before moving. I don't know, but in terms of how we moved and everything, I don't think so. We needed to both be here. We had a business here before, an electronics store where Steven was the only one coming. But every time he left Liberia to go back, the inventory was disappearing, but the money wasn't coming. So when he was here, everything was fine, and it was, in the sales and everything was good. And every time he left, the people running your business sometimes would just run it through the ground. So it really wasn't working out. It was almost like we were wasting our money. So we both had to be here and just hit the ground running and see what we can do. But if I was in the States, for example, and he's here and things go wrong in terms of what happened with the store, I think I would have just given up easily and said, I'm not coming back. I'm staying here, because I would have had, my house there and my job still, and he was gonna be on his own here. So, and that's just real. But I think having both of us here, and having being that we sold our home and everything, we have to pour all of ourselves into here, like our emotions, our finances, our everything. We have to invest it in here, and I think that's the only way this will work. Moving to Liberia works is if you are truly invested in it. You have to really put all of you. If you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, it's so easy to leave. It's easy to leave, because the moment that something doesn't go the way you want it to go, you will leave. And it makes it harder to transition here if this is what you want to do. If you just want to start your business and say, I'll still have my other things, other places, or in the States and stuff like that, then yes, that works for you. But if you say, I want to relocate to Liberia, whether it's for 10 years, 15 years, whatever, want to relocate to Liberia to really start my businesses, and there are a lot of business opportunities here. Liberia is like a blank canvas, and you can do just about anything that you want to do here business wise, and it will be successful. It really is. There are disappointments like you've seen with us, but it still does not deter us from working hard. That the loss that I had here, if I had it in the States, it would have been, I don't think I would have come back from it. But I'm still here. I'm still building my restaurant. I'm still, making ends meet. I still have, people ask me again, how do you find people that you trust, or trustworthy people? There are trustworthy people in Liberia. We've met, a few people that are 100% trustworthy. I can leave everything with them, and I know that it will be in good hands. There are people that really do care. Everywhere you'll find people who are dishonest. We currently dealing with that also, because when our store closed, we had people that are relatives of ours that stepped in and said, we'll help you sell these things, and we gave them thousands of dollars worth of stuff, and they got the money for it, and unfortunately they used it for other things instead of giving it to us. And that's been months in trying to get that money back, because they thought their kids' school fees or their rent or whatever else they wanted to do was more important than helping. And that's all the disappointing things, especially when we lost our store and you saw that we were in need, and these two individuals showed up as support, because they said, let me help you, I know people, I can get things to people and this and the other, and to have them just come back and do the same thing, it's frustrating. But there are people, and regardless, there are the good people that's in there who have been able to really put us in contact with some some business people get us to sell a lot of things that we wouldn't have been able to sell if it wasn't for them. But even when we find ourselves, you know, where we need like immediate cash and we don't have it, and you know, and we can call. So we have people here that we've been able to rely on to, just like they've been able to rely on us. But we've built relationships with people. There are people that, you know, don't want anything at all, and they just believe in what we're doing, you know, and it's worked out. So I don't have regrets. I think the only I don't know how other way to avoid the dishonest people, because otherwise it would just make you closed up, and you wouldn't even trust like anyone at all. So you can't. I'm choosing not to just live where I think every single person that I encounter is out to take advantage of me, because the good people have truly outweighed the bad. Like I said, we've made some really good friends with people, and some people who just want to see us win, and I appreciate that. Maybe maybe a challenge of ours while here is trying to still manage like things in the States. So making sure our prescription and things like that come to Liberia. So it's usually we have to see if somebody is traveling. Recently, all of our medications were in my sister's bag, and she was coming to visit for a little bit, and her bag was stolen at the airport. So we have to reorder those and try to figure out how to get it here. So that's, you know, it's just some of the challenges, or having a go-to person in the States that can pick up our medications or to do certain things for us. If I need to order something, that person can be able to do it, or if I need just those things, it's having someone there to take care of it. Everybody's lives, everybody is busy in the States, so sometimes it's difficult to do things that I know, you know, if I was there, it's just easier to get done. So those are the few challenges of being here, and still kind of trying to being here and being in Liberia. Those are some of the challenges of being here, because I can't just, you know, do certain things. And then sometimes the bank gets a little bit tricky, where if I'm logging into my account, it would ask for, you know, to do the two-step verification. So I have my US number here now, and it works, so they can easily text me and I can do it, because I didn't have access to my account for a while to make certain transactions. I couldn't do it. You needed to do I needed to do the two-step verification. So that has been something, but now I've kind of resolved it. I couldn't even order our prescription like through CVS, because when I go on the app or online, it will say CVS is not working, like the website is not working in my region. So I have to have someone to do that for me in the States. So, and then rely on someone to do it. So that's just been like the challenges there. But for the most part, it's been working here, and we've been fine. Yeah. But that's it for this video, and I think the next video coming up is a tour of the house. You'll get to see our new space, and we'll talk more about, you know, the cost, and I've already kind of highlighted some of the challenges of being here with LEC and internet, but we'll talk more about the space. And I have a few videos coming up, and I will start uploading a video for Bloom Cafe, which I'm so excited about, and I cannot wait till we open. I cannot wait to take you guys on this journey. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. I think when I checked today, we're over 400 subscribers. And I told Steven, and he said, I remember when you barely had 50. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep watching, please. And hopefully all of this internet thing works out and I can be able to upload video more frequently. So thank you so much. Have a great day.